It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on S3. It's your Thursday morning. Now, the blessing and journey of being a father, who can adequately describe it? I mean, it is, to put it into words, I don't even know. Now, we are doing our absolute best this morning with our guests, discussing why fathers matter. And our next guests are two footballers and fathers, Bruce Nadin and Devin Titus, who are changing the narrative of what fatherhood looks like around them. Thank you very much, gents, for coming around and chatting about this ahead of Father's Day. Lovely to have you. Devin, I want to chat to you first, my friend, proudly rocking that Stellenbosch FC label, man. Fatherhood for you, what did it previously look like? I mean, growing up for you?
At first, it was like, you have a father in your life, you know, some people don't. Luckily, I do, so I was very privileged to have my father. He's basically like my role model, you know. You have different role models in life, but my father was number one for me. He's been my coach throughout my years, until the age of 13, I think. So he's been a very inspirational character in my life, you know.
And I'm sure that added a lot of value for you as a young man growing up, and that example that was set for you as well.
Yeah, you need good role models in your life, you know, and luckily I had my father, and I have different other people in my life, like my coaches, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just privileged to have someone like him in my life, to be there every second of the day, to help me and guide me with everything I need, you know.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that we are shining that spotlight on fathers, and healthy fathers at that. We were speaking about the Heartline's Fathers Matters campaign. Why is this something that is important to you?
Yeah, when Bruce brought it into the group, we were all like, why should we do this? You know, we have better things to do. But when we first...
Honesty.
When we first saw what he was bringing to the table, you know, we were like, wow, there's more things to being a father, to being the role model to younger kids, you know. So we just took that opportunity, and we were all blessed to be in the presence of that and to learn from the fatherhood, you know, that he brought us.
And Bruce, it really feels like you are playing almost that fatherly figure on the field as well, with your players, and I can hear the way that Devin speaks about you as well. Is this something that you set out to do, or is it just something that,
I think,
that is part of you?
I think I'm getting to the age where I might be a grandfather figure rather than a father figure, but no, I don't think I'd ever set out to do that. You know, you've just heard Devin. I would never want to be looking to replace somebody's father, but, you know, I know in my own life, as well as having the positive presence of my own father along the way, there have been other men that have played a really positive role in my life in shaping the person that I've become. And I think we all need that. We need positive male and female role models in our lives, and certainly there'd be young people young footballers, young sports people, who probably have seen me playing that kind of role in their lives, but I would never set out to go, you know, I'm going to be this father figure in your life. I certainly want to live a life that's worthy of imitation.
Absolutely, and I think it comes down to what you were saying, mentorship. You know, you can take on a fatherly role as a mentor, but not in the sense of being a father, and I think that is important because, I mean, our kids are out, like you're saying, they're on the field, they're playing, and it is good to have somebody like yourself there to show how to react and how to go about things and how to, I think, conduct yourself as well. I mean, why do you feel, if we take a look at society today, and I said it earlier on, I do feel that, you know, for us to foster a healthy society, you need those important roles from both father and the womanly figure. But why is it especially important today, in the day and age we live in?
Well, I think if we look at South African society, you know, so many of our young people are growing up without the positive presence of a father or a grandfather or an uncle. And there are all myriad of reasons for that. And certainly that's a driving force for me because, you know, I've worked with young people in this country for 14 years, and I see the father wound. I see the negative outcomes that often result from that. And, you know, one of the things that the Father Matters films picks up on is the important role that social fathers can play in the lives of children. You know, Devin's already mentioned coaches. It can be a coach. It can be a sports chaplain like myself. It could be, you know, it could be the CEO of the football club. It could be the youth worker. It could be the pastor, the community leader. I think there's a hunger within the heart of children growing up and young people that needs that positive male role model alongside the female. And I think that's really lacking and increasingly lacking in many of our communities and in many of our homes. And so that's certainly a driving force for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to applaud you for the work that you do and just for carrying yourself in such a manner that inspires young children as well. Devin, and for you, looking forward to the rest of your life, do you want to be a dad one day?
Of course I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what is it? What is your outlook with regards to you being a father? What it is that you like to instill in your future kids?
I think I just want to instill that you should always work hard for what you want, you know. Me as an inspiration to them one day, hopefully I am. But I just want to be a role model to them and encourage them that life is not going to be easy. Yeah. But we have to take it and we have to hard work for it to get to where we want to be. And for what we want to be, we have to do that. And to be when they get kids, they have to be what they want to be also, and they have to instill it in their kids.
Yeah, I think the most important point is for your children to know that that father is there, not only present, but emotionally so as well.
Yeah, and just to finish, you know, one of the things that is very clear with Devin already is that he backs that up with his actions. Nice. And I think we learn so much from what we see, not just from what we hear. Yeah. You know, and I think that's self-evident in Devin's life. And my prayer for him is he'll carry on along that path and continue to grow to be the very best version of himself he can be.
Fantastic. Devin, thank you very much for joining. Bruce, thank you very much for joining. And once again, just for being that positive role model to these youngsters as well. I think it's absolutely vital. Now, remember, we are celebrating Youth Month and Father's Day with a rebroadcast of Heartline's unique short films on SABC2 on Saturday, the 1st, the 17th, and the 24th of June at 8:30 p.m. Very relatable stories, so make sure you tune in.